Gutterball! Gutterball Frame 11 coming at you. We got Paul, Jackson, and Brandon. We're going to bring it to you guys again. And first off, I just want to say, wow, thank you guys all for the response on Frame 10. We're at 350 views and counting. I mean, that's great for us. Way higher than any of even our first video. It has more views than that now. We chalked it up to just how we happened to upload on Saturdays. That's when Sam Hyde's fight was. Sam Hyde was in the thumbnail, Sam Hyde was in the title, so we just assumed that because that all kind of lined up, that's why we're pulling in a lot more views. But that's a good thing, right? We kind of lined it up on accident. We will follow up on Sam's fight now that that's over. I did go up north here with the boys. We watched it. But yeah, let's just get rolling right into it. Jackson, Brandon, how you guys doing this week?
Fantastic. Nothing new to report this week. Just grinding out more content for you guys, putting some good hours into this. Nothing much more to say about that. The week's been good, just keep it grinding, keep putting out good content for y'all. Searching for new guests to bring on. And as always, if you guys have a guest, drop that in the comments because we'd love to know who you want to hear from. Some of the people we've been throwing out have been Superhuman. Don't know if any of you are familiar with them. Folio Films, Not on Your Computer. Some low-key names on YouTube, but hopefully we can pull them into Gutterball.
We haven't been working extremely hard to get a guest yet, but we've really been kind of like perusing who would be a good person to get on here that's also not going to probably cost any money to really have on at this point. But, again, anybody out there you want to be on? Comment your, what do you do? Let us know why you think you would, fit in well and have an interesting conversation with us. We're open to anything. But anyways, yeah, Brandon, how's your week been? Anything new, man?
Not much new. Like you said, had that fight last week. That was pretty sick.
Yeah, the Candyman.
Just worked a Candyman. Candyman came and
TKO.
He's gone.
And went.
Yeah, good man. But no, just normal work week. Just kind of normal shit. But it is what it is.
Cool. Yeah, I would like to have Superhuman. Yeah, fuck this shit. I don't know that guy. If you guys aren't familiar with Superhuman, yeah. Everybody out there listening, if you aren't familiar with Superhuman, or he spells human Huuman, so it just has an extra U in it basically. And this guy, shorter guy, stocky beard, and what he does is he just hurts himself, like WWE style stuff. He's a big Juggalo supporter and Juggalette supporter, and he goes, fuck this shit. He takes his shirt off and he goes, kind of goes almost like Super Saiyan in a way. And then he jumps onto objects or WWE style, elbow drops onto cactuses and barbed wire, onto printers and microwaves and
just stupid shit.
Yeah, hurts himself really bad. One of them, he chugs a whole thing of hot sauce and then front flips into barbed wire. Brutal. Something like that. But some of them, I think, they cut it so fast, I think he really gets severely injured. That guy's body is taking quite the toll so far, I think.
Yeah.
Quite the beat.
I would love to have that guy on here. So if anybody knows Superhuman, or if he's watching this, doubt it, come on, man. Get in contact with us. Right at the bottom there, gutterballbusiness@gmail. We want to have you on. I think that'd be it.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to talk to you. Yeah, we want to talk to you.
I just want to talk to him.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Shake his head.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
but Sam Hyde, the fight last week, that was some good shit. I didn't know it was gonna only. He really gassed himself out quicker than I expected that he was going to. But
me too.
It was a good fight though.
Yeah, I figured both those guys would gas after the first round because neither of them are professional trainers or boxers or athletes. So it's to have a gas tank. Think about it. The only reason why Tyson Fury is one of the best heavyweight boxers is because of his cardio and his stamina. And it takes years to master something like that, especially with a big frame such as Tyson Fury, or for that matter, Sam Hyde, 6'5", 260 pounds. Those people gas out quick.
Big boy.
As people put it, he's a V8 engine. They take a lot of fuel, right? And Sam, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, it's okay.
from sparring myself, you don't realize how much energy you use, and you think that how do you explain it? The dopamine and the adrenaline from that would carry you, and it only carries you so far. It only gives you so much more energy,
Yeah.
but once it's depleted, it's gone. It's completely
Yeah.
gone, and it's not coming back because
Yep.
you got 30 seconds between the round, and that's it.
Yeah, and for broader context, like Sam Hyde, controversial YouTuber slash internet personality for years, ends up getting on this boxing card. He was on the KSI boxing card last weekend. He ended up winning against I Am Thompson via third round TKO. And honestly, with Thompson, I think it was just because he was so gassed he didn't want to continue. Like, he did take a good barrage. He did get wobbled and stuff, but I don't think he was to the point of like actually being like really a TKO. I just think he was so gassed that he didn't want to do it anymore. Like, he was like, I'm done. Like, I took some big shots.
Well, someone needs to teach him how to throw a jab and stop throwing heavy rights, which
yeah.
gas you even more. You're
Yeah.
throwing the
That's all he
heaviest
That was
rights you
just
can,
Stupid.
and no wonder you're gassed because you got to throw light jabs. And that's get yourself stamina back.
I wanted
That
to
was
see.
just,
I wanted to see a little more of this from Sam.
Yeah.
Like kind of like how Harley
I love
did.
the fucking
The
pulling the uppercuts, the
yeah.
illegal throws.
Yeah, the illegal. He did some illegal throws. I figured
yeah,
there'd
he
be an
definitely
elbow
did.
or two, but there wasn't. No, he kept it fairly clean. And as you can tell, these guys aren't pro boxers. You can tell they've maybe had not even 6 months of boxing training.
Yeah.
For sure.
But Sam did talk about before the fight and after that his main worry was gassing himself out, like right away, like blowing all of his energy right off the bat. And he did, like he expected, but I think again, like you blow a lot of that energy just in the adrenaline being in front of 20,000 people and hot lights above you in a ring. Like, and he talks about that experience afterwards of how like that's the most unreal feeling he's ever had in his life. And I believe him. I don't know. I cannot even imagine what it'd be to box even, in front of a huge crowd like that, even if you're not a boxer. Like, and he isn't, he's not known for that.
No.
Boxing in front of my coach is scary, let alone fucking a lot of people.
Yeah, but for all in all, though, I think Thompson put up as good of a fight as he could, as anybody could. And, but we all kind of knew Sam was probably going to win. He's did like a half a foot on that guy.
Well, also, I don't know if it's just because of what I guess where like my cookies lie, my targeted ads, but I did not see anything promoting Thompson except for me actively seeking it out because I was looking, I'm like, where's the promotion for Thompson? Where's like his thing where he's gonna knock out Sam? And I had to search for it.
Yeah. So the thing with I Am Thompson is even before the fight, like when his opponent was announced as Sam Hyde, it was, even if you looked that up, you could barely get his Instagram or Twitter to show up, which is what he's known for. And this is the way I see it. Finding Harley an opponent when Harley fought was very hard because Harley's a big guy. That's why he trained with Sam. He needed somebody just as big to train with, right? With Sam, 6'5", dude, Thompson probably took that fight being generous. Like, he didn't he knew he was going in there with under reach, underweight, under height compared to his opponent. It's really hard to find an opponent that isn't just obese at that size that's willing to go in there and box. So I think it was like, yeah, I'm sure they wanted to get somebody way more popular to box Sam Hyde, but who would do it, right? And who's that popular, that's that big, that's a personality that wants to box? And again, it's a skill thing. Wings of Redemption, that would be pretty good. If you would get in shape and actually do it, highly doubt. But yeah, I think that's what it came down to. But yeah, you're right, dude. Like, no really promotion for him, and at that point, it's kind of on the person at that point to promote themselves for the boxing match,
right?
Yeah.
But no, that DAZN event was cool. We didn't end up watching the whole thing. I did go watch back the highlights. KSI knocked out that professional boxer technically in that last fight.
Yeah, I never went back and looked at it.
But that was a terrible fight. That Salt Poppy knockout was pretty brutal, dude.
Oh yeah, I suppose we did stick around for that one.
He pieced that guy up with like a 3 combo right in round 1. I don't know if Jackson saw any of that, but
I did.
Yeah,
pretty good. Yeah.
He's doing the TikTok dances as the dude's knocked out. He's slicking the hair back.
He was pretty spicy.
He's kissing in the camera.
I wanted nothing to do with him, but
yeah. But yeah. But anyways, that was a cool boxing event. I don't normally watch boxing all that often. I really only watch the big event stuff, and I don't ever watch YouTube boxing. Like I've never even watched a Jake Paul fight, not even like after the fact. Really, not probably. Oh, did we watch the when he fought the basketball player?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
course.
he knocked
Nate
that
Robinson.
guy out. Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
figured so. Because he's just literally picking opponents that like aren't training or like willing to train. Really, it seems. But
Well, it's just non-boxers either. Like
that too.
that's all he. I mean, that's the only experience he's gotten.
And Ben Askren doesn't
know.
count. He took that money for a dive, 100%. He has 2
You think
replaced
so?
hip. Dude, Ben Askren, he had 2 replaced hips. He
I
took
mean,
that
no,
fight for
he's
money.
gonna-
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, I just mean like he got fucking. I just thought you were trying to get at that he fucking got dropped the way he did on purpose. I was like, I don't know. He took a pretty solid shot and fell asleep. I
Tyler,
don't know.
what's the one thing you hear about boxing? It's rigged. That's like the one thing.
Uh, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe
Fuck Ben
Jake Paul.
Askren.
Maybe Jake Paul does have skill, and I'm just shitting on him. I mean, he has been. When we're talking about him and shitting on him, he's just training the whole time. It's not like he's not training. So
He's
getting better.
he's an okay fighter, but I think it's ridiculous for him to say that he could take on even like. I think he called out Nate Diaz and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well,
and
you
it's
guys
like,
realize-
No, he's calling out Canelo Alvarez, dude. That's
And-
that's just disrespectful.
Yeah,
you don't
it
understand.
is.
You don't understand that these people, their whole career is that versus you. Your whole career is being kind of a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
And also making creator videos, and you go into this being like, "Oh, I'll knock out anybody. I'll knock out this dude who's literally been training since he was 5 years old, and he's just born. He's just a born fighter." It's like, yeah, call him out, but if you get that fight, you're not going to go in there expecting the outcome you
No.
want.
I
You
mean,
guys-
but the thing is he's
yeah.
it's all promotion. I mean,
Right.
technically he's
He's
being
a
smart.
master
He's
promoter. He's
selling
a
himself.
master promoter. Yeah, he's a master
He's
at that.
just he knows it's pissing people off, and he knows people want to see him get hurt.
He's really good at playing the bad guy in the public eye, dude. Like, there's a reason why he goes by the problem child, and he makes all his promos look like he's an
Yeah.
asshole. It's because he knows that people want to see him lose, or he knows
Mhm.
that people want to see him win, so he plays that bad guy card, and it works. It works. It
Oh,
does.
100%.
You see who they I don't know if it's official yet, who his next opponent's supposed to be, Jake Paul, who's announced this week. He's
No.
fighting 51-year-old Anderson Silva in a boxing
Oh, Silva.
match.
Okay, I think I did see that.
Okay.
So
yeah.
do you know much about Anderson Silva Jackson?
I know.
We're talking like probably
what
we're,
you have told me.
we're
Sorry.
talking probably one of the ultimate mixed martial artists in the world. One of
Yeah,
the best.
no, I know the
He's
name for sure.
crazy shit.
Anderson the Spider. Yeah, he has some highlights. He also has some highlights of him getting knocked out because he likes to play games, and Chris Weidman
busting
caught him
his
with that,
shit.
right? Yeah.
Classic
but-
leg.
Dude, even when he was getting out of the UFC or like quitting mixed martial arts, he was still fucking good. He was better than like
Yeah,
half
I mean,
the
yeah,
young
he
guys
still
out there.
kick the shit out
Holy
of
shit. Yeah,
fucking anybody, you know.
But-
And he's 51 now.
yeah. So we'll see the
And Jake
boxing.
Paul is fucking 38 something, not even 35. It's
Jake
big
Paul?
age difference. Yeah, how old is he? He can't be.
He's younger than me, I think, dude.
No
No.
way.
No, fucking way.
100%.
He's got to be in his 30s. Well,
Jake
I'm
Paul?
looking it up right now because I need to
No,
know.
dude,
Jake
he's younger
Paul.
than me,
He's
I'm pretty sure.
25.
Okay, he's the same age as me.
What the fuck? That's
didn't-
Dude,
crazy.
he's a fucking kid.
Here I am thinking Logan Paul is the younger one. He's 2 years older.
Oh yeah, no, Jake
These are
Paul's the
young
younger.
people.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, that's crazy.
That's literally a 25-year age difference. That's crazy. It's 26 more.
Yeah, so like that's the thing though, is like if he wins this fight against Anderson Silva, I have a hard time still calling him a skilled professional. You're fighting
Yeah.
an old guy. Like
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
why?
no shit.
Why? There's a
MMA
reason.
fighter
Hey, that's why I
too.
asked what his age was.
There's a reason why he isn't picking a like say a 4-0 just went pro 25, 26-year-old boxer. It's because he knows almost more than half of them out here would probably piece them up because they've been training since they were kids. That's why.
Yeah, dude.
Like they would
It's
piece them.
It's not a game to them.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
It's
No,
life.
it's dude.
It is
People
for
take
some of these people. It
fighting
is.
so seriously. It's not. You go in there, and I've actually been yelled at in the boxing gym back when I first started going there because I would not take it seriously and was like kind of disrespectful, like not following the workout or whatnot, or like cutting corners, and they're serious about that shit, they'll call you out on it, and it really shapes you up, gives you good discipline, which is what you need. So, oh yeah, people are serious about that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we'll get off the whole boxing thing here. Actually, let's just go through all of our fighting topics now and just get it through with it, right? I wanted to talk about UFC. No event last weekend. Event coming up this weekend. It's just a fight night, no pay-per-view. Just a couple notable fights on there. Nathaniel Wood versus Charles Air Jourdain. I just think that's a cool name, Air Jourdain. I don't know. But anyways, that's going to be a banger, I think, starting off the main card there. Nathaniel Wood made his came back, like he took a hiatus for a year or two from UFC. He fought on the last Paddy card and pieced up Charles Rosa. He's looking really good, so I'm thinking Nathaniel Wood's probably going to beat Charles Jourdain, but we'll see. They're both very good fighters. Other than that, I like the main event, man. Bam Bam Tuivasa versus Cyril Gane. I'm pretty sure Gane is just going to outclass him technically, kind of like how he did to Derek Lewis. Who knows, man? Bam Bam's a threat. All it takes is one to wobble you and a couple more to put you out. So who knows? But I like Bam Bam a lot. I just like watching him fight more than Gane. There's something to be said about those sloppier mixed martial art fights that kind of are in a league of their own, you know? Like those sloppy fights that aren't very technical, that are just kind of like fucking Hail Mary swings.
Just
like
backyard fights.
for sure.
Slugfest.
Street beefs.
Yeah.
Power up.
So I'm looking, I'm looking forward to that, and it's actually UFC's making history this weekend. I believe it's the first time they're ever hosting an event in Paris, France, or in France in general. So that's going to be really cool. Obviously, if anybody's tuning in, it's not going to be in the evening like a fight night. It's the prelims start at like 11 a.m. Central Standard Time if you are watching from the States in the Central Time Zone. But yeah, I just want to kind of bring that up. As you know me, big UFC guy, so I'll be watching that this weekend. Yeah, excited for that. Any
Smelly
topics?
fucking country.
What is?
France.
France? Oh, I've never
Yeah.
been there, but I do know the ladies don't
I
shave
would
their
never go
armpits.
on vacation there.
Really?
I would never go on vacation. No.
No,
Fuck no.
me neither.
I
No,
think-
dude,
I think
their
seeing the
custom
Eiffel
is
Tower.
they don't bathe every day. That's kind of like a thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
that.
just
bathe.
have
I know
no
they don't shave
appeal
their
to that
armpits.
country at all. Like that,
Yeah.
the one cool thing they have is the Eiffel Tower, and
Yeah,
like
that's about
I
it.
That
fucking
thing isn't
hate
even that
heights. I
big.
would be
Is-
too
is-
scared
okay,
to
is
go
the-
on top. No, well, it's too big for me.
Is the Leaning Tower
I don't
there?
even. I don't.
No,
Is
it's
that
in
the other
Italy.
cool thing?
Pisa,
Is that Italy?
yeah, no, Pisa, I believe is Italy. Yeah,
Okay.
Mm.
Great Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Pisa, pizza, Italy. There you go. Good way to remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
fucking-
I don't really have any desire to go there now that I think about it, but I always thought the Eiffel Tower would be cool to see in my life.
I mean, just as compared to other European countries, like yeah,
I think
Yeah.
I'd probably
like,
go.
I'm sure France is cool, but in comparison, yeah, there's better options.
I'd rather go to like Scandinavia, somewhere over there.
in the headline of this week's
You got
episode,
it going on.
France stinks.
God.
Oh no!
They're gonna be mad, dude. They're gonna be
Oh,
pissed.
fuck them.
Uh,
I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes.
that's a good question.
What's
Where-
that
where-
from?
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, the French.
Where
are
would you
assholes.
guys go?
Aspen. Talking about going to Aspen.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Outside of the U.S., where are you guys going?
Like if I had to pick
Japan.
any country?
Yes, anywhere you want to go. And you're wait, hold up, even farther. Any country in the world, but you're going there and you're living there for 3 months. So now you got to
Japan.
think about that. You're living there for 3 months
Tyler, you got
outside
Japan?
of U.S.
I got Japan.
You can have Japan too. I don't do Japan would be fun. Japan would be fun.
What do you think, Jackson?
I think, dude, I might go somewhere over Scandinavia. I don't know, like Norway or something like that. Like,
Norway
those
would be
places are
cool.
fucking
That's
beautiful.
true though too. Yeah, Sweden
Like-
shit. Like that's
Oh yeah.
just that whole
I'm
Netherlands
cutting out
area
South
out
America.
there
I don't
and
want to
shit,
go
like,
over
it's
there.
just-
I'm good. I'll stay away from there.
There is a
I
guy.
don't really have any desire to go anywhere south of Texas.
No, me neither.
So
It's
for
okay.
me, I've never been there, and I don't know how bad it is. I'd go to Greece. They got some really like Rome. They got
Greece,
some
like-
cool spots.
It's so pretty
that-
there.
yeah,
Yeah, I definitely want
um,
to check that out.
I'd like to really see the sights there, try out all their food and stuff too. Like that's the big thing for me is like trying different culture food because like
cuisine.
I've
Mhm.
never been out of the country. I have never experienced that,
Neither.
and I want to.
Me
Even if
neither.
it's I'm not a seafood guy, but if it was some cool pasta or like I don't know, I want to try stuff out and like ice cream or desserts. I feel like
Authentic gyros.
oh
I
yeah,
bet
Yeah.
they're
oh
fucking-
that's right,
oh.
yeah. Oh,
Same with
Oh.
like even that's to me is
Grazie.
like sushi. Like I'd eat sushi if it was from Japan. Like good shit, you know? Like some guy, he's his whole life he just cutting sushi and he makes it for me, I'll eat that shit. Otherwise, I don't want to have anything to do with seafood. Gross.
You know, you
Even
guys
though
are
I don't-
speaking of never going to South America. There was a guy we just hired recently where at work, and he has or he's from Bolivia, like the country Bolivia, and I talked to him about it. He's like, yeah, he's like, it's so good to be in the it's super good to be in the States now. It's super dangerous there, man. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, there's just like stabbings like every day in the main city, like all the time, mass
Yeah.
stabbings, like people coming through and like picking up people in trucks and they're never seen again, like at gunpoint. And I'm just
horrible.
I'm like, man, I'm glad you're here. And he's like, yeah, I am too, man. He's just like,
Yeah. Well,
I don't know
funny.
where in Bolivia where he's from, but god damn, dude, I
Dude,
couldn't.
that's crazy you say
I am
Bolivia.
too.
I was in the psych ward and one of my nurses, her husband was from Bolivia, and she went there and she said pretty much the same thing, that like, or they got out of there because it was so dangerous. Like, it's just not good. It's not a good spot to be. So I believe you when you say that. It just happens all the time because kind of the haps over there. I don't know if you've ever seen a YouTuber called Bald and Bankrupt, but he's a really good YouTuber. You should check him out. He goes all over the United States. Like, he's the dude that went to the Chernobyl radiation zones and visited the people that still live there. Like, went out on his own, and he makes contact with these people. And Russians are very nice, so they let him in. But he went to Bolivia and went to its most dangerous neighborhood. And in the video, he doesn't speak their native language. And in the video, there's people warning him. They're like, don't go over there. They're going to stab and they're going to shoot you. Do not go up that hill. And he goes up there anyway because he's no idea what they're saying. And people in the comments are translating it. They're like, yo, you know that guy told you if you go up there, you're going to get shot? And he just went up. He was fine. Ended up being totally fine. But definitely
That's
check out that
horrifying.
dude. I can't believe you guys haven't heard of him. Really good YouTuber. Bald
I
and
mean,
Bankrupt.
maybe if I'd seen the face or something,
You
I don't
probably
know.
would.
That
He's just
sounds
a
interesting.
bald white guy, but he goes to all these crazy places. And yeah, in South America, he was stopped a few times by militia that were like demanding money from him and shit. It's like,
Scary shit, dude.
yeah. But that's like, he's like soloing, doing it all himself and exploring these places, which is crazy.
Are
Yeah,
there
really
now?
cool guy.
This might sound horrible, and this is just my lack. This is just me being like having no knowledge of it geographically. Is there any like countries in South America that are like pretty far along civilization wise that aren't super dangerous to be in like 24/7? Like, are there like developed countries that aren't like corrupt, that don't have a cartel, that don't,
I don't know, dude.
I can't think
It's
of
a
one.
really, I mean, that is a really fucked up thing to.
It
like,
is.
yeah.
It
'cause
is
I
messed
just
up,
don't-
but I don't
honestly
know.
don't know though.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's a good.
eludes
Like,
me.
I'm curious. There's, I mean, you'd imagine so that there'd have to be. That's it. Well, you got to think how much money. Okay, as far as, let's go back, like how poor, let's say, countries were at said time, and how much money, like fucking what's his name? Let's say fucking. I'm drawing a blank. I'm an idiot. Arguably the biggest cartel in. He died.
CNJG.
No, he
Something like
fucking he
that.
died on the rooftop. Fucking got on live TV. Got dropped on.
I
Rooftop.
can't remember.
Fuck. Not. Anyway, Jesus Christ.
It's all good.
People are gonna shit on me. But
No, it's all good.
But he was like giving like just all the money. He was even like just giving money back into the people, the towns and shit. Like, say what you. I mean, well, obviously the shit. That was
Well, a lot
happening
of
while he was getting
cartels
money
do
is
that.
horrible, but
Yeah,
like,
a lot of cartels
So-
like leaders do that.
a lot of countries, like, yeah, like.
Um,
So I feel like maybe it's easy. It was easy for it to get carried into the other countries, like it did.
so we all don't sound like fucking ignorant assholes. I brought up safe
Yeah.
countries here. So apparently, so I'll give you guys the top 6. And this goes from safest, like they just have 6 of them, not all of them, but safest is Uruguay, second is Chile, and these are also based on like how like how advanced they are as a country. Chile,
Sure.
Argentina, Paraguay, Peru, and Ecuador. I'm not surprised Peru makes this list as being safe because one of my good buddies I grew up with, John, I haven't talked to him in a while. Actually, he would be a great guest because he grew up in Peru. But he always talked about how cool it was there, and he had a good time, and it wasn't like
Well, and I guess the big part is of like not knowing that is like I honestly
Yeah.
didn't even know all the countries that are in South America.
yeah,
Like as a
Yeah.
continent, like
well,
that's just me being
even
ignorant to that.
even though Chile's like number 2 on the list, it's the highest in homicides across all
Yeah,
the countries there.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Chile.
Argentina is the second highest. And then so serious assaults, Venezuela is the highest. Serious robberies is Paraguay. Paraguay has 76% of all robberies in South America, apparently. Like it must be a lot of holdups or
Oh
something.
yeah, those places. Actually, for some tour guides, I was reading, they say bring dummy cell phones and dummy wallets to give to the muggers when they pickpocket you. They literally say that in a
I
tourist
wonder
like,
if
book. They're like,
so. I'm
bring a
wondering
fake
if
thing to give
that's
them.
because it's such a big tourist area. It's always the tourists that
People
get
always-
mugged. is
Yeah,
it? I
that's
wonder
probably
why
what
those
it is.
numbers are so
Yeah.
high for that.
I can't remember where Chael Sonnen was. Everybody out there, Chael Sonnen, he used to be a UFC fighter. Now he has his own show. He just talks about fighting. He told on his show, he told this story, or maybe it was Joe Rogan. I can't remember where he was. I'm pretty sure it was South America, maybe Brazil. But like they did that thing where 2 cars were gonna pull up and block you in,
Mhm.
Oh,
and like
okay.
his driver knew what was going down, like knew of this
Okay.
tactic and like whipped them out of it. But Chael was talking about like at that point when the guns come out is what he calls it. It's like you could be the biggest, most macho guy, even kind of like me, an experienced, decent fighter, and you're
Sure.
scared shitless. A gun comes out. A gun comes out. Like
Yeah,
get into your
It's
life.
horrifying.
And
Mhm.
that kind of puts things in perspective. It's just like you could be as good of a fighter as you want. Someone shoots you in the fucking face. You ain't stopping that with your hands
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah,
right?
you can't
Guns
do
are so
anything about
scary.
that.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
why
And
it's-
so, but it's crazy to
That's why
know.
it's nice owning them too.
Yeah.
You just respect them that much more. It's
But their
like-
guide in whatever, I'm assuming a nice blacked out vehicle they were in that they were driving around, he knew what was going on. Like he was like, all right,
Mhm.
I
and
mean,
he, like,
good on him.
Yeah.
Like, good shit.
And it's
I'm
like
sure he's
it's-
getting paid good money
and-
protecting
and,
Chael, obviously.
and I'm not gonna lie, like if I was to go to one of those countries down there, if I could afford to have a bodyguard, sure, why not? Show me around, a guy that knows the safe areas and in the bad
Mhm.
areas, stay away from. That'd be pretty cool. But
Yeah.
usually only rich people can afford that nice thing, and I'm sure the UFC was giving that stuff to like Chael and them for free, like escorts around, like bodyguards, because it's
Yeah.
Sure.
there's dangerous areas in other countries, and there's dangerous areas here too. The United States is nothing to
Oh,
be
100%.
nothing to be talking up
Oh,
about
there's
as
a lot
far
of
as
fucked up shit here.
guns. Everybody's like every other person's got a gun here, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing because it's like Second Amendment, but I'm just saying like more guns, usually more conflict, more guns come out statistically.
Yeah.
Not
For sure.
saying it's a big problem, but yeah, we kind of roll out of that. But yeah, that's all I really got on South America. Jackson, did you say what country you would go travel visit?
Yeah, so
He
like
said- he
Norway,
said-
Norway.
Yeah.
That's right.
Scandinavia,
See,
somewhere over there.
That's what I wanted to bring up again. Like, a good friend of mine through high school and out of high school, his fiance is from Norway. They go there about once a year, and they always bring back. Dude, they got like awesome candy and stuff there, like Norwegian candy.
Yeah, apparently it's like something I read. It doesn't have more sugar in it or some shit. Like
I'm not
I
sure.
swear something like
It's
that.
fire though. Probably does. And she just the pictures and stuff she brings back from there, it just seems like a really like humble place to live. I mean, if you don't know much about Norway, super high taxes, but if I'm correct, I think like healthcare and or school is just free because of
Yeah.
taxes are high.
They have a lot of nice perks there.
And Sweden's
For sure.
similar in that way.
You're
s-
paying
Almost
Denmark.
that whole area up there, dude,
Denmark,
is just
yeah.
fucking sick. That's definitely an area that I think is slept on and like
Yeah.
I've wanted to see. If I didn't go to Japan, like those countries up there are definitely like close second. Like I'd like to go to. It's a lot
100%.
closer to as far as a flight. That's the only thing that I don't want to fucking keeps me away from going to Japan is like it's such a long flight. And I've only been on like one flight where like I actually experienced it because I was old enough to experience it. And
How are-
I mean, they're okay. I got through it, but like I just going over the
uncomfortable.
sea too. I'm just being scared of the deep water like that.
just don't have a window seat and fucking play on your iPad or laptop. Or
Oh
something.
yeah, 100%.
Like,
That's what
I've
I
never
had
been
to
on a
do.
plane.
Yeah, I was on my first plane. Well, technically second. I guess the first plane I was on when I was like 2 years old. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But the first technical plane I was on was this last December when I went to Arizona to visit Ivan, me and Destiny's first time on a plane too. It was spooky, super uncomfortable. I will say this, if I end up going somewhere international, it's going to take a while, like Japan or something, I might even consider how much first class is. Like, or whatever what the next step up is, because dude, there is not a lot of room. It's super uncomfortable. Like,
yeah, very uncomfortable. No, I mean, yeah, no, it's horrible. It's shitty. But like, I don't know. I think with a long flight, I would have to look into like getting like just being dosed on like some just medication to just make me sleep the whole flight, honestly. Is the way I would get through it.
Yeah. I've never had a problem with that. I don't think I'd really be scared of flying.
But the
I
thing
don't
is,
like
I would
sitting in
make the
cramped
trip worth
seats.
it.
it's very cramped.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
that. It gives me
it's
claustrophobia.
cramped.
Other than that,
You're
sometimes even
it's
now that I found lately, like even I never ride in passengers anymore. Usually I'm driving, but if I'm not driving, I get claustrophobia. Weird. 'Cause even if I'm
I
sitting in
don't feel
passenger, I just don't
comfortable.
like it.
I don't like not being the driver in a car just because I don't know what it is. I just don't feel safe
A
unless I'm
lot,
driving.
that's fair. A lot of people that have claustrophobia, I mean, this might work for you, Jack, but I think they recommend sitting in an aisle seat because then you don't feel as cramped, especially against the window. Like sitting where you can easily access getting up. Um,
And yeah, technically be able to move. I
yeah,
could see that.
yeah. So I don't know if you do ever fly, just don't get a window seat or a middle seat. Try to sit on the aisle. Pick when you pick your seats. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about flying. I've only done it once. It was okay. It was very uncomfortable. My flight was extremely delayed due to snowstorms here in Minnesota. So like we were supposed to fly out at 7 p.m. We didn't fly out until 4:30 a.m. That's how long I waited.
Fuck that.
Because
Fuck that.
because not only we boarded at 2 a.m. We had to wait 2.5 hours in the plane until we took off so they could de-ice the whole plane.
Wow.
Spray.
Jesus.
So like we were pretty sure it was just gonna get canceled and we would have to go on a flight in the morning or something, but no, they just kept pushing it,
Yeah.
pushing it. Destiny and I were getting so impatient. And here I have Ivan. Ivan on the phone. He's like, dude, where the hell are you guys? You're supposed to be here at
Yeah.
like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, dude, they just keep delaying it. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, show up. Ivan as a G, he's at the airport already at 4:30 a.m. ready to go. He brings us to Denny's, to a local Denny's, gets us some food, drops us off at our Airbnb.
Fuck yeah.
But I do want to do traveling though in general. I want to do a lot more of. I want to travel.
do
I want
too,
so many
yeah.
places I want to see. And Destiny and I are considering doing a road trip this year instead of a plane trip. We're gonna go to Arkansas, and then we're also gonna go into Tennessee and probably go to like Memphis. Get some of that Memphis barbecue. That's what I'm thinking.
Memphis
of.
hardcore.
Yeah,
Get
you
shot in
gotta get some
Memphis.
barbecue.
Get shot in Memphis.
Die like Elvis. I'm actually
Memphis,
gonna be
shout
going
out.
on.
I don't know, Jeffrey, Xavier Wolf. Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Are they out of Tennessee? Memphis?
Oh yeah, Memphis 10 all day.
Xavier Wolf is?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Okay. All
That's
right.
dope.
None of the other. No way. Fucking Bones definitely isn't. Bones out of
Bones
fucking
is
Howell,
from Michigan, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Howell,
Yeah.
Michigan.
Live.
Yep.
Oh, what is when Bones the rapper talks about Livingston? Is that somewhere he used to live?
Bones. I
Does
don't
anybody
know.
know?
He might have.
He says Livingston a lot in his lyrics about going back to Livingston or being on the back roads and
Must be.
Livingston and stuff. Must be something of significance to
Could
him. I
even
don't
be
know.
just the name of a area of the town he grew up
Sesh.
in.
That is true. Oh yeah, so it
Yeah.
could be like Woodland, where I grew up in Duluth, kind of
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Billings Park,
Oh, Bones.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep.
just
Yeah, fuck
doxing
off.
you.
Mhm.
Uh,
Actually, I saw a news paper article from Howell, Michigan, like their fucking like newspaper, like
Yeah.
there's News Tribune, and it had Bones in it from like 10 years ago, and it was like local hip hop artist Bones is in the spotlight right now, and it was 10 years ago of like Bones, like a little kid, and now like where he is from there is crazy.
It's
Just
cool.
a little local
Because
newspaper clipping.
I probably even made a mistake calling him a rapper. He's really he's an artist. He has all types of projects and music out there. That's way different from his like rap, what is traditionally what he does.
I would say it's like shadow rap or
Yeah,
underground.
underground
I'd
hip
even
hop.
yeah. No, yeah. Definitely not. A lot of the people. That's what sucks. Same thing with the Xavier Wolf and like I don't know Jeffrey. Like I like a lot of like those dudes and shit. But yeah, a lot of people don't, and it's like difficult to
Yeah.
because I know people like it's difficult talking to people that like rap, and I could tell that they genuinely like rap. But then like I'm rattling off names and like they
Yeah.
don't know, and it's just like, oh man, okay, well,
Because the problem is like, as you know nowadays, there's just so many mainstream rappers, and that's what a
that's the
lot of
thing.
people, when you say,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, I listen to rap," half the time it's like they're listening to Lil Yachty, they're
Yeah.
listening to Kanye, they're
But
listening
not
to.
even
Yeah.
that. It's
Dude,
just also their own underground rappers that they like.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
that I've never heard of.
never.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
it's-
friend listens to some underground rappers that are just fucking awful, and I can't like. I don't want to. Lil Darky is one of them. I don't know if you've
Wait,
heard
you
him.
don't like Lil
Never
Darky?
heard of them.
I don't like. He's fucking cringe,
Dude,
dude.
he has some
He
really good
tries so
songs.
hard,
He has some
man.
really good songs with Christ Dillinger though.
Okay, maybe those ones are good. Or maybe I'm not the Lil Darky, but I'm pretty sure it's Lil Darky.
Jack,
Anyway,
you know
cringe.
the song. You know the song at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
He's the other guy.
Is that him? Then maybe it's not Lil Darky that I'm thinking of.
So
Okay,
Lil
it's not
Darky,
him.
Lil Darky is an artist in the sense of like, I know what you mean though. He has a lot of music that isn't he's got a lot of slow songs where he's just strumming on an acoustic and stuff too. I actually like Lil Darky as an artist. I've been listening to him a lot ever since I discovered
It's
Christ
not him.
Dillinger. It's
You
not.
showed me someone else.
Gotcha.
But it started with a D, and I'll find that though. But anyway, that artist sucked, and I told him I don't ever want to hear that again. But talking about artists and people not knowing,
Spider
so I was
Gang.
talking to my coworkers, and I felt like I was like some type of musical god because I was talking to like 4 or 5 of my coworkers. We were in a little huddle, and they're like, a couple of them like, I've never been to a concert. Another one's like, I just went to my first concert. Like, I went and saw The Weeknd. Like, they're my favorite artist. I'm like, cool,
Christ.
dude, that's fun. They're like, you been to any concerts, Jackson? I'm like, I don't know, like 15, 16. I'm rattling off like Megadeth, rattling off fucking Lamb of God or Suicide
Yeah.
Boys, and they're like, who? It's
Yeah.
tough, man. It's
Fuck
tough when
off.
no one knows what you talk. I rattled off Slipknot, and they didn't know. One of them was like, what's Slipknot? What do you mean, what's Slipknot? It's Slipknot. Slipknot is Slipknot. Fuck
Yeah.
you. All right? You make me mad. I don't want to talk to you again.
Damn,
It might
man.
even
It's-
just be a
it's crazy.
generational thing though too,
Yeah,
because
no,
I
well,
feel
they're-
like even
yeah.
people like even like Paul and I's age and like a little bit older, even people who don't like metal would recognize like Slipknot. as
Yeah.
a
Right.
name.
Yeah,
Like,
those
they,
guys.
like
Yeah.
My
is it,
coworkers
like,
are probably your age.
Slipknot?
Yeah.
Or
what?
is
Yeah.
it like Slipknot?
I
They
like.
like Slipknot, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Like, what? Slipknot.
shit
They're
on.
like death metal. Oh, I've never heard of that. I tell them, yeah, I like death metal. Like fucking songs, people getting mutilated. They're
Oh,
like,
is that
"Alright."
is that like Papa Roach? Like
Yeah.
Last Resort?
Yeah. I guess.
Damn, man. You listen to Kid Trunks? It's something.
No.
No Kid
No,
Trunks.
Fuck
but
Papa Roach though. I
I'm
will
Yeah.
say
gonna
that.
work on my
I don't-
coworker to get him off the weekend because all he listens to is the weekend.
Yeah,
I'm like,
get
I'm
him
getting
off
you
that.
I'm getting you off the weekend.
At
bro.
least
We're
get him
gonna
onto
get you-
something. Get him onto
Yeah.
something that's mainstream and respectable, like Akon.
Yeah. Get him on- okay. Get him on to
See,
something.
that's that's a mainstream fucking legacy. That's a
Yeah.
legacy.
Yeah.
He left on the 2000s.
Yeah.
He left a nice stamp on
He
that
left at the
time.
right time, and correct me if I'm wrong. Is he like one of the first rappers to leave that generation and not have allegations against him for something? So that's pretty good.
He kind of just
You're
dipped
not
out.
wrong.
Yeah.
No, he did good shit. I'm pretty sure I saw that he like
Doing
even
something in
donated a
Africa,
fuck ton
I
of
think.
money to
Yeah.
like
Can
give
y'all remind
power
me
and
one more time
electricity to
Who the
fucking
fuck you're talking
villages
about?
over there and shit.
Akon.
Akon.
Akon. Okay.
Like, oh man, what's a song that comes to mind of Akon? What's a classic Akon song?
Smack that.
Smack
okay.
that?
I
Yeah.
know. Just want to make sure.
The one of what the one about him singing about him and the girl that they can't be together or something. I remember that one was really big.
No. Cause I got you.
Yeah, cause I got
Nobody.
you, babe. Yeah.
Nobody wanna see us together.
Yeah. Throw some auto tune on that, you'd sound just like him.
Yeah. Or he
Speaking of,
fucking actually think about it. I'm sure he's obviously been on something since then, but I remember, he was out of the game for a bit, and he came back out of the blue, and he was on that fucking Lonely Island track that I just
Yeah, I just had
just
sex.
had sex.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
It-
everyone's like, hell yeah, Akon. Like,
dude,
fucking-
Akon's great.
then that
Shout
was
out
it.
Akon, man. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Even at the time, I was like, yeah, I dug it.
But no, I totally know what you mean, and I bet you Jack could relate to this on like how you would if you show like I know so many people like acquaintances, maybe not really, or even just some friends that didn't have a big like I wasn't huge into hip hop when I was younger, and I've grown into it and kind of discovered more. But just showing somebody Buffet Boys or showing someone just Puya, and then getting them
Yeah.
introduced to that, and then they explore Fat Nick, then they explore kind of all these other artists that are like kind of just basically in the underground
I
scene
fuck with
related to them.
Shakewell, dude.
Yeah,
I like
Shakewell's awesome.
Shakewell
I
quite a
mean,
bit.
other than like Buffet Boys for being
Ramirez.
underground or Bones and stuff, the other one I've been really fucking with is Spider Gang, which is like Christ Dillinger, a little darky. Like I
Yeah.
like Spider Gang, like that group
So
of
you like
people.
that funny shit. You like
Well,
the
some of
funny
it-
stuff they got going.
Like some of it's funny, but they also have some really like Christ Dillinger's got some hard tracks that aren't funny, that are kind of funny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like some of his stuff a lot, but
No, speaking of Buffet Boys are no more either. Like if you
yeah,
look
they're
it up,
done. That's
yeah.
what I.
Now it's all but six is Puya's new thing. He's doing some shit with a new rap group called South Strip. Not super into them. They have some okay songs, but I still fuck with
I
Puya
didn't know
heavy.
that. It's garbage. I've
and
been
Puya,
kind of
dude,
out of the loop
he-
with all those dudes actually lately.
he gets a lot of hate. I've actually had some like people like and like at work be like, they don't like Puya because of this one dude who knows about like Suicide Boys. He likes them and shit. He's like, I'm not too much of a fan of Puya because he had that rape allegation, and a lot of people are still holding on to that. That was true. So and you
I
think
didn't
that
know
it
that
wouldn't
was a thing.
still be prevalent, but it very much is. Like a lot of people are still fucking pissed off about that. That's why he gets hate. Because if you go on like G59 subreddits and shit, which I don't recommend because it's cancer, but they just hate on Puya for that one reason. Is because
Whether
rape
that's
allegation.
whether that's true or not, I don't know. I like him, but I feel like he also gets hate in the same way Adam Sandler gets hate. Adam Sandler is known for like when he was doing his movies, he brought in a lot of his friends who maybe wouldn't have a career today if it wasn't for Adam Sandler. Where Puya's like that, man. Like you were talking about South Strip or whatever. I've never heard of them. Sounds like they probably make okay music, maybe not my style, but like Puya's known for like bringing his friends up with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say if he brought Fat Nick up. They kind of brought each other up, that combo. They were
Well,
just kind
also with Little Peep too.
in
That
Lil
was a
Peep.
huge thing.
Lil Peep, like he's kind of hated in that way, I feel, in the underground scene of like, oh, like who's the city morgue people you're doing music with? They suck.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not everybody's cup of tea, the heavier stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like, but I actually until now did not know there was a rape allegation against him. It does kind of change how I think about him, but whether
really?
that's true or
Okay.
not,
Yeah, him and
When did that
him and
happen?
Fat Nick. Probably around 2015, 2014. Him and Fat Nick both got him that they were raping girls allegedly. No clue if that's true. Didn't hear anything more from that. Kind of just swept underneath the rug. Happened, but also I don't know. It might have not have. But what you say about like Puya bringing artists up is with Suicide Boys is like there's an old interview with Puya where he's like talking about Suicide Boys, and he's like, yeah, I'm bringing them up with me because I know these motherfuckers are gonna be bigger than I am. And let alone he was fucking right, because Suicide Boys are just probably honestly I think they're pulling in like 3 times the amount of listeners Puya is.
Yep.
And they
They're
would
huge.
not be
Yeah.
anywhere without Puya and Fat Nick, because they used to sleep
Yeah.
in their houses on their couch and shit trying to make it. So
On that point in
he is
time
really
with
OG.
he is. And in that point in time of the Suicide Boys coming up and Puya collabing with them, there was like a strange itch that needed to be scratched for people that enjoyed hip hop and people that enjoyed metal or heavier music, and they just kind of like hit that stride at the perfect time. And I think that other than like getting to come up, collabing with other people such as Puya, I think that's why they got big. There was
They're
like
nothing
this,
short of a miracle, dude. Really.
yeah.
They aren't. Like, you're right with that, because it's becoming more and more prevalent now, hip hop and metal, but you're right, they really did hit that mark real early, like really early, like 2014, 2013 early, before anyone knew that's what they wanted.
What I
Kinda like
think,
you were saying.
and what I think is nuts about Suicide Boys, go look back at the time of how big Denzel Curry was and how early they got a Denzel Curry collab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very early.
But
Extremely
okay,
early.
I'm gonna bring up this point here, guys, about the whole heavy rap.
Okay.
I feel like the point could be made that new metal started this collaboration way before any of this shit.
Absolutely. Oh, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah, with like,
I mean,
yeah,
early for like
yeah,
fucking whatchamacallit. Jesus Christ, I've been fucking spit it out. Like
yeah.
he's spitting and that
hmm
fucking or and like say I can't stand Limp Bizkit, but like they
Yeah.
were very like kind of the fuck you attitude of
Rolling,
that
rolling,
area
rolling,
era
rolling,
of rap,
rolling.
you know? Just
It's all about the
but
he
yeah.
said, she said bullshit.
Yeah,
You're right, Howler.
it's
That's a good point.
horrible. It's
Um,
horrible.
but
That's a good
here's the what also Set Boys hit their mark is also I think
Just from the other
it's
side of the
because
spectrum coming in,
they
from
they
rap going
also
in.
implemented some mental health into it as well with the
Yeah.
whole like suicide and the drug
for sure.
use. Like I think that also brought that out a lot more because people are like, oh, mental health, I'm sad as fuck, I'm gonna listen to this versus like the metal kind of being like just this, fuck you, kill everybody, versus them being like melodic and kind
Yeah.
of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what
But
you mean.
I that is a good point to bring up though, that new metal definitely way before I influenced all that.
Yeah, 100%. So the Minnesota State Fair, it's currently going on. It's like one of the biggest festivals in Minnesota that happens every year. It's usually, I think, 2 weeks or a week and a half before Labor Day. It goes all the way up till Labor Day, and then the festival's over. There's like a big Minnesota State Fairgrounds here. And I'm talking, you got everything from like rides to live bands playing to just crazy food you'd never think of that's deep fried that you could try different stuff every
Sure.
year. It's just, it's a big just fun fair. Like you can see all the latest cars, like they'll bring like some of the newest model of cars then you can look at just right there outside. But the reason why I'm bringing it up is like I know probably you guys have been to the state fair at least once, right? Both of you?
Once I think.
Way back when.
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. I went last year. I'm not going this year just because I'm busy, but and it's expensive. Like if you're going, you're gonna be spending, at least I like to spend a couple hundred like on getting some cool the food. I don't really do the rides or the games. It's all a rip off. But I was gonna ask
Doing
you guys,
it right.
do you guys know of any other state like big fair? Like is Minnesota known for this, or is this kind of like is there like state
I don't
fairs
know.
everywhere? Like is that common?
I would think
it's-
there's
I
probably
think
an
it's-
equivalent to most states. Maybe not Nebraska where there's not shit there.
Oh, there isn't
Or
like a low
actually,
population.
unless maybe Nebraska's a good one where like that's like the one thing everybody fucking looks forward to that year is like, oh, the state
Damn,
fair?
the fair.
Like
Come
where
on.
where do they do Burning Man?
That's in Nevada,
Nevada?
I believe. In the
So it's like,
desert.
is that like Nevada State Fair is like Burning Man known as their big, like, I don't know, like.
Yeah, might be.
But
I don't
anyways-
Speaking of Burning
there
Man,
must
that would
be
be an
more
interesting
local
thing to
ones.
see. I
And
don't
you-
think I could do all the whole week or weekend or whatever of that shit, but I would
Yeah.
definitely like to see. I would like to have an outside perspective of the festival for a day, for
Same.
sure.
Yeah, 100%.
At
Well,
least
take a
get a
tab and
taste
go
of
in
it
there.
to see if I could handle the whole like
Yeah.
experience of it. Because I feel like with like my anxiety and shit, like that's just like a lot of like energy and
Yeah.
like weird, different kinds of energy
and
everywhere.
it's hot out. It's like probably.
couldn't
And, like,
imagine.
yeah, the desert doesn't fucking help. Yeah, it's
No.
horrible.
The state fair.
Drop in a tab and go to Burning Man.
Yeah.
I'd do it. Oh man, I'm all
The-
fucked up.
So any listeners out there, if you're in Minnesota, go to the state fair, try it out. If you're gonna ever visit Minnesota and you're gonna be in the Twin Cities area, it takes place in St. Paul, I think, on the capital here. Check out the state fair if you're in here towards the end of July, early September. It's a good time. It's tickets. I think it's like $15 for an adult to get in. I think kids are still free under a certain age. But other than that, then you just kind of like walk around and like there's stuff to buy, stuff to do.
There's a shit ton
There
of
is
food,
no
pretty
way.
much.
There is no way you could cover that whole fairgrounds in one day and not be exhausted or like just like completely beat.
Oh, it's
I
fucking-
wouldn't
it's
do.
gross how big
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Two things I tried there last year for food that were super good. I had these like donut bites, but they were they had bacon bits on them, but they were glazed and it was a buffalo icing, like buffalo hot sauce cake candy icing. Super interesting. It was like
believe
it was like a hot donut, super good. And then other than
believe
that, they had like a blue slushy mixed with alcohol, super good. Anybody can do that. Like you can't fuck you can't fuck up booze with a slushy. Like and it was a
I'm
hot
surprised
day.
they serve alcohol there.
I'm
State
not.
Fair,
Like
dude. There's
more than beer.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Really?
It's everywhere. They're not.
How
They got like
expen-
crazy.
Oh,
big
that's
spots.
gotta. I can't imagine how expensive that is.
Oh, oh, funny. Okay, so Nick went there with me last year. Nick, if you're listening, you'll probably laugh at this story. Remember, we were at this cantina bar kind of thing there, where it was like an outside but like inside cabana kind of deal. You could like eat and get drinks. There's like an open bar. Right down there, there's this big red barn, like classic red barn with like the white X's on the doors, whatever. And it was called like the Milk Barn. And literally in that barn, it's just like you paid like, I don't know, $5-10 and you got unlimited milk to drink. Unlimited milk you could drink. And it was like 92 degrees out in a summer day there at the state fair. And we're like, man, who would go drinks like a bunch of dairy on a day like this? And as Nick and I are talking about that, two like, I don't know, our age dudes are walking back, like milk stains. One of them still holding a glass of milk. He's like, oh man, it's hot out. I think all that milk was a bad idea. And he's like grabbing his stomach. And Nick and I were like, we were laughing super hard at that. Like, oh man, all that milk. And it's like, I want to wonder, that guy drink like 9 glasses of milk. He's going to be puking, dude. And I want to know how they keep that shit from curdling in there. They better have a good refrigerator or something going on there. God damn.
Imagine the amount of just fairs in general, the amount of power they got to draw. Just to, run all the fucking coolers and shit in the
That's
food
crazy, yeah.
vendors.
That's
and shit.
funny you say that. Like the milk at the state fair is one of its things that people go for because you get that good fresh off the teat milk.
Well,
And
there's the fucking.
that's like the thing they advertise. Like, come get some good
cookie
milk.
stand
Yeah,
they got
man.
there. That's supposed
Yeah,
to
the
be the
cookies.
shit. I've never
Yeah,
been
the
there.
Martha cookies.
Oh,
I
I
wanna
got
try
those
the
too.
cookies.
I got those last year. Or,
Are they good
last year.
actually too?
They-
Just like any other cookies.
I got the big one where they overfill the bucket overflowing. We just ate down to the point where we could close it. We're like, oh, Destin and I are just smashing cookies so we could close it to carry it. We bring it home. That thing lasted us like a month and a half of cookies. They are very
Some
good.
cookies, good.
They're good. They're just greasy, sugary, chocolatey cookies. They're like the perfect chocolate chip cookie in my opinion. One of them perfect. But yeah,
Honestly,
Martha's cookies don't sleep. Don't sleep.
Like
Martha's cookies.
you could get Chips Ahoy and you couldn't fool me. You could eat both. And honestly, there's nothing special
I'll
about
fuck
them.
with Chips Ahoy. Hot take. I think I like Chips Ahoy more than Oreos.
Fuck, I don't know.
That's
man.
a hot take. I know a lot of people would shit on me.
Wait,
for
the
it.
soft or the crunchy?
See, okay, and here's the thing too: is I don't really care for the chewy Chips Ahoy. I know a lot of people will shit on me for that opinion
I like
too.
the chewy.
No,
I don't like the
I don't like the chew either.
I like dipping the milk. I like dipping my crunchy Chips Ahoy in milk, dude.
Not to top you, but here's an even hotter take. Any of those packaged cookies, whether they're chewy, dry, if they're the fucking Keebler Elf ones, if they're little fudge bars, whatever, I think they're all really bad. Like, I think those are bad. Aside from like
Have you
Grillz
ever had
cookies.
a Nutter Butter dog?
Nutter Butters are good. Like, there are some exceptions. There are exceptions. There are exceptions to
Nutter
everything.
Butters are my favorite, actually.
There are
good.
exceptions to everything.
Like
but
we're not talking about like the basic. Like I would say Oreo and Chips Ahoy are like the two main ones. I fucking Nutter Butters are my fucking jam. Throw those bitches in the freezer and then dip them in milk. Give that a poke.
Be speaking my language.
wait, fucking just like I just had like the fucking Zach Galifianakis gif with all the numbers and shit.
Yeah.
What if you went to Martha's cookie stand and then you go to the fucking milk barn and dip it in that fresh ass milk straight out the udder?
See, that's what I was wondering.
Why don't I
like,
just
is that not
butter it
just-
onto the cookie?
Maybe that's a thing.
That's got to be like
Someone's done.
you know that's in people's minds. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
Fucking-
someone's done that.
You heard it here, folks. Martha's
I love
cookies,
milk.
barn. I'm not a big
I-
milk guy, but
People
Not going to that
see
barn.
a lot of people know
you like
me
milk.
personally.
You're the
but
milkman.
I like milk and it's gross.
Your
Okay.
milk's gonna
Like
be
milk.
all spicy.
But I just with the fucking just a nice meal and that fucking you got that glass of cold milk sitting there with your meal.
I-
It's
Milk is good, man, but I think I've realized more and more that I'm lactose intolerant and I can't
Man.
eat
Oh, yeah,
milk
well, that's a
anymore.
problem.
It kind of runs
It
in our
rips through
family.
me.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to lay off the milk, and you know what? More and more I realize about trying to lay off the
Trying to
milk.
lay off the milk,
Yeah,
man.
that everything has dairy in it. Nothing is
Everything.
free of dairy.
Yeah.
Everything has dairy in it. It's very,
Yeah,
very
I can
selective.
imagine. That or like nut allergies. I can imagine
Ooh.
living with those.
Well,
Like, that's so
my friend has a
unfortunate.
nut allergy. That's not that bad. But yeah, milk,
Ugh.
fuck that. The lactose
Dude,
intolerant. I'm
you
not
can't
that
tell
bad. I'm
me.
gonna die.
You cannot tell me never having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich would not fuck you up. That blows my mind that those people will never have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That is true.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
They can have
PB&Js
peanut
are
butter.
slept
They can
on,
have
dude.
jelly and sun
They
butter.
Oh yeah,
It's
there's
not
like
the same.
it's not
It's
the
not the
same,
same.
but it's a butter. Um,
Yeah, I
It's-
guess the nut allergies are different. Almond butter's all good.
when we were
It's
growing
all
up,
right.
my
Not the same
younger
as peanut butter, but
Mhm.
our Jackson and his brother Weston, so he's older than Jackson but younger than me. He growing up he had a friend. Fuck off. He had a friend growing up. I remember that would come over all the time. Felt bad for the poor kid because his mom would literally call every hour to make sure he didn't ingest anything. He had like when he came over, they like gave my parents a list of what he's allergic to, and it was like fucking everything, dude.
Mhm.
that sucks.
Can't have flour, can't have peanut butter, can't have like it's like flours and like what do you
Yeah.
eat?
What do you want me to? What do you want to eat?
So that kid was
See,
literally
I
like
get when was it so bad to the point like I understand doing the whole list, but there's a point where it's like if it's that difficult, like you might just want to like
not eat here.
get well either
Right.
yeah
Or
send the
pack a
right
lunch.
food with your kid,
Yeah. And I think that's what they
or
did
just
too.
make a list of foods that he can eat. Like,
Yeah.
hey, these are foods that he likes, and I don't mind if this is what you feed him that he can eat. Just
Yeah,
fucking
I get it. Yeah.
instead
I
of
do
like,
remember a
"You can't have
majority of the
this, you can't have
time.
this."
I do remember him having some maybe other medical issues, like maybe he was a diabetic, but I do remember them always bringing like a little bag. Like he always had his bag with him with stuff in it, so if something were to happen, it was there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
no,
it's
that
all-
would fucking suck, dude. Allergies.
Um,
I think
it
think
sucks, man. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
no,
you.
it's all right. I'm allergic to only two things I've found out in my lifetime, and both of them are things I rarely ever encounter. First one is cattails. You guys heard of those? Like the like the
Yeah.
brown things. Those will literally make me break out
Corn
in
dogs.
hives. Yeah, corn dogs. They're like the weird that you see them like kind of on the shores of lakes and stuff up here. And then the second thing, and I found this out when I had kidney stones, they gave me morphine for my pain, and it was so much morphine they dosed me with at first. I literally passed out, and I wake up, no one's in the room with me in the ER, and I'm all busted out in hives. I'm like, like I'm all puffed up. I'm like, and I'm like hitting the nurse button with like my fat fingers, and they come in, she's like, she's like, she's freaking out. They're giving me something to like make all the swelling and stuff go down. That's how I found out I was allergic to morphine. I have to take
That's scary.
yeah, I had to
Dude,
take
that's
like
good to know, though, for me, because that shit sometimes can be hereditary. Like, they ask you that. They're like, is any of your other family allergic to this shit?
well
So
now
that's
you
good
know.
to know. I didn't know that.
And like on my official doctor thing, it's like they have to give me so like there's one more or a couple more stronger than morphine. It starts with a D. I always forget the name, but that's what they give you if you're allergic to morphine, and it's like I guess double as strong. That stuff fucked me up. I barely remember being in the hospital.
Mhm.
I think
DMT.
they're giving me DMT.
Oh, this ain't right, man.
Oh, that reminds me. Even though we're gonna, I guess I'll just bring this up now. It's kind of towards the end of the show. Everybody out there, we plan on putting audio casts of all the shows that are currently out and future shows on Apple Music and Spotify. So look out for that. Probably in the next episode or two, we'll throw up a link at the end so you can access that or put it in the description. Another thing, I think we already talked about, we're going to really start trying to get guests. And man, I forgot about the third thing I was just about to wrap into, but that's okay. I'll bring it up at some point. What were we
Extra
talking about?
content, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, shorts. Jackson is going to be
Oh,
working
yeah.
on YouTube Shorts, and I was just thinking last week's episode, the plug stories, especially the one with the dude hitting DMT, I think would be like a really good short.
Okay,
So,
write
Yeah.
that.
but we will be putting
let me write
YouTube
that
Shorts
down.
out. Yeah, no worries. Write that down. Yeah. You guys got anything you want to
Fucking-
talk about?
No, just fucking.
I got a couple
Oh,
things I still want to talk about.
Oh, okay, go ahead then.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Jeez, what the fuck.
All right, what you got?
You guys like Paul Wall? The rapper
Yeah.
Paul Wall. You guys like Paul Wall?
Yeah.
I
think
think you know my take on Paul Wall.
Why don't you like Paul Wall?
I love Paul Wall.
Okay, you better. So Paul Wall, rapper, been around since before I was born. Up and coming early 90s, probably not late 80s, definitely early 90s era. big influencer of the Grillz, right? So like in the 1980s, you had like Flava Flav and like Big Daddy Kane. They were the ones that kind of got the Grillz big in hip hop. And then Paul Wall rode that train and made him even bigger, pairing with Johnny Dang, who is a known, very like a professional jeweler, makes all types of chains, grills, diamonds, super good at it. Kind of partnered with Paul Wall and made the grill like even bigger in the late 90s, early 2000s. But I just wanted to talk about Paul Wall because like he's kind of had a big experience in my life. Like the first time I ever encountered him, I remember I was in my parents' garage. I was maybe 9 years old, and I saw my brother had moved out, and he had a bin of old stuff he left there. And right in the plastic bin, I just saw like that's all I saw was like grills like shining in a dude's mouth on like an album cover.
Sideways.
Yeah, sitting sideways. I'm like, damn, what's this? Like, my brother got pissed when he found out, but I took his Paul Wall album and I went inside and I listened to it. I was like, damn.
You took my fucking Paul Wall album? Dude?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got beat up just for listening to it. But no, I was listening like sitting sideways. So I'm like, damn, this shit slaps. And then like for years, I would off and on listen to Paul Wall because he'd come out with stuff or have collabs. And now like, I'm sure a lot of people know as hip hop artists and rappers throughout the years get more popular, they don't really make original content anymore. They maybe come out of the woodwork once in a while to do a collab with an up-and-comer that paid good money for them to just have a verse on it, for the name.
Sure.
But Paul Wall, like, he did that a little bit, but no, like, in the last year or two, he's, other than collabs, he's come out with some solo or single songs that are actually, like, pretty okay. And I just, like, wanted to kind of give Paul Wall a shout-out just because, like, he's been keeping it real for, like, that long. And again, another person from those way early eras that doesn't have any ridiculous allegations against them. Seems like a stand-up guy. That we know of. I would like Paul Wall to come on here, and I want him to show us his poking 18s on his car. I want to have Paul Wall on the podcast and have him do Paul Wall's garage, where he goes through his and shows me all his candy paint and stuff. I want to see it all. That'd be so sick.
That would be sick.
It would be super.
One day.
One day, Paul Wall.
We'll get there.
I would love that Paul Wall on here.
Speaking of people, artists, I'd love to get Dave Mustaine on here.
Whoa,
that'd be speaking of Megadeth, the new album is coming out tonight. So you guys, it'd be out by the time you guys are listening to this. So make sure y'all go run that up because that's very important. You listen to Megadeth, get your daily dose of Megadeth.
I'm gonna bring up real quick. You know what? I mean, this is gonna be already out by the time this episode comes out. But you know what comes out tonight as we're recording? That fucking Rings of Power. I think
go into that.
I think I'm gonna watch that. I think I'm just gonna watch that.
Is that the Lord of the Rings show on Amazon?
Yeah, dude.
That's sick.
I'm pumped.
Yeah, a lot of people are skeptical. A lot of people were pissed at first once they realized they didn't buy the rights to I don't know much about Tolkien universe, but they didn't buy the certain rights to a certain thing, like characters or something, and people were like, "Oh, this is gonna suck," and then like they released the trailers, I don't know, a couple months ago, and people were like, "Okay." People that were shitting on it were like, never mind.
Yeah.
It like especially PKA members. Taylor on PKA, the PKA podcast, he's super big into the Tolkien universe and Lord of the Rings. He was like, this is gonna suck when he saw it, and then he saw the trailer and he's like, actually it looks kind of cool. Like he was like, I might
Dude, that's funny talking about Tolkien is my dad is big into that, and he's been watching all the Lord of the Rings. We just finished A Tale of Two Towers, but he loves those, and just being my dad of all people, it's like fucking he's watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that is weird. Our like 64-year-old dad that grew up as a farmer watching Lord of the Rings doesn't know how to type on a keyboard. He's into like
he loves it though. Like he enjoys those movies.
That is sick.
I'm telling you, Paul, fucking those people that don't know, Paul's never fucking seen the Lord of the Rings.
I've seen all.
Dude, you haven't seen them?
So here's my problem. Here's my. I know I will. Yeah. I own them all on DVD, on Blu-ray. I bought them all for Destiny because she loves them.
That would be a good reaction for Gutterball.
It would be. So here's the deal with me and Lord of the Rings, and I probably have already talked about this when Jackson talked about Harry Potter. My mom was very strict when I was growing up with the whole Jehovah's Witness thing that I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of stuff, and Lord of the Rings was one of them. Yeah. And it's like at that point when she was out of it and I was older, I didn't really care to like spend the time to buy them or watch them. Now, don't get me wrong. When The Hobbit came out, I know people will shit on me for this. I watched all the Hobbit movies. I thought they were okay. I read the book too. I actually have the Hobbit book. I thought the book was actually better than the movies.
That's what I've heard.
I thought there was just like
it's a hard read.
It is a hard read. There was like too much stuff in the movies, and they like stretched it out across too many. Was there 3 of them?
Yeah,
That was
that's
too many, man. They should have just been one movie.
The Lord of the Rings. I feel like doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, I mean,
They could have
and-
done
hold up
6
so
movies for
well.
Lord of the Rings, and it
And
would
when
be
I
fine.
say
They're
I've
so
never
good.
seen The Lord of the Rings, I've probably seen, I think, maybe all of the first one and bits and pieces of the Tale of Two Towers or whatever it is, the second one. But yeah, like,
Tale of the Twin Towers.
is that what it is? Yeah.
It's just called the Two Towers.
Okay,
people.
well-
Come on.
All right. Well, I will get on it, and I'll give you guys my honest review at some point of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Trilogy, right? There's 3 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I don't
said,
have
just
the
watch
extended
theatrical
cut. That's all I
version.
have.
People are gonna tell you to
That's all I
watch
have.
the extended versions first. Don't do that. They're so fucking long. Just if you like the theatrical versions, go ahead and go back.
So
and
it's
watch
funny
the
you say that,
extended.
Haller. Oh, go ahead, Jackson.
It's still probably about 11 hours worth of content
It's
to
still
watch.
long.
It's a
with-
lot.
Yeah.
They're each like 3-4 hours long, even without the extended.
So it's funny you fucking say that because
Yeah.
she was like, "Oh, it would be really cool." Like she mentioned one point, like this was before Christmas a couple of years ago. It'd be really cool to have all the Lord of the Rings on Blu-ray or DVD, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've never seen them. I'll buy them." So for Christmas a couple years ago, I bought her the entire trilogy. Right? It was like $70. She opens it for Christmas. It's not the extended version, and she was like, "It's still out there unopened. Like it's still got the cellophane on it on my
You
DVD
mentioned
rack."
that before.
She won't watch it
Yeah.
because it's not
Well,
the
yeah, it's not
extended.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Can't
Has she seen
can't
them?
please anybody. She's seen all of them. Extended. Destiny's huge into Lord of the Rings, and she read all the books.
The books are a little much.
You gotta watch them, Paul.
She's like, "It's not the extended. It's the first." And I was like,
That sounds like a Lord of the Rings, a typical Lord of the Rings enjoyer. It's
Yeah,
not the
like-
extent. This is shit. The cereal sucks.
"This cereal sucks."
Sucks.
You know, you guys are all out here talking about Lord of the Rings and towers, and I'm out here. I need to get myself a pair of Grillz. I want some
Do
carrots.
I
in
look
this
like
mouth.
the baby right now?
Do I look, yeah, do I look like do I look like the baby right now?
No.
No.
Jesus Christ.
No.
more.
No.
Say cheese and show my fronts. More carrots than Bugs Bunny's lunch. Wow, it is like I'm looking at my thermometer in here because I have no AC. It is now peaked at 93 degrees in this room. I am
believe it.
sweltering. I am
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Hell.
I'm sweltering.
Mhm.
Well, it has been an eventful cast. Is there anything you gentlemen would like to talk about before we maybe tie it up here? I mean, we do have quite a bit of time. We're over an hour. I mean, we do got quite a bit of time here. Whatever you guys want to spew.
I mean, I'm just fucking subscribe, people. Give us a like.
Subscribe.
Like, subscribe.
Like.
We have future stuff coming out. We're gonna probably have guests on within the next couple shows. Really working on that. Or a guest or guests. YouTube Shorts. And audio only versions for those people out there, because I that's the biggest thing we've been getting comments on is like, hey man, I'm at work and I don't have YouTube Premium, so like I can't listen to the audio version of your cast. Can you put it on one of these platforms such as Podbean, Spotify, Apple Music? Now, we were gonna do Podbean, they're expensive. Apple Music, it's like a small price or something to just get it on there, and same with Spotify. So we're gonna do that. I am working on that, and then you can pretty much guarantee that once you see all those audio only versions of the old ones uploaded, that every one from now on will also be uploaded probably around the same time as the video version on Saturdays on here on YouTube. Brandon and Jackson, anything you two wanted to wrap up on?
We're coming in aggressive. We're coming in heavy and hot. So get ready. The next
Yeah.
couple months are going to be hell for your
Very,
fucking
very happy
feed.
we're-
It's going to be nothing but Gutterball. We're going to the straight top until, we're not stopping. We're going up. It's infinity. There's no end.
Yeah.
There's no
There is
cap.
no top.
We're
Well-
going all the way up. So be warned.
Jackson, on a note like that, would you like to sign us off this evening and give us a Gutterball?
Gutterball.